Good evening, my friends. John Durham has released a damning text message exposing Hillary Clinton's campaign lawyer. Eric Trump said something I absolutely agree with. He said, "If I did 1/100th of what Hunter Biden did, I'd be in jail for the rest of my life." Okay, my friends, let's take a closer look together. Welcome to Veracity. I'm your host, Michael Lewis. Now, before we begin, I have to thank today's sponsors. Our sponsors for today's episode are the amazing and kind-hearted people who have taken their hard-earned money and contributed it to the show. I don't take this for granted for one bit. So, thank you very much. And if you want to become a member and help contribute to the show, then click the link in the description and become a member and help me on my mission to deliver truthful news. It is said that a good lawyer is a great liar. But can a lie from the mouth of a lawyer put the entire country in trouble? Well, it seems the former federal prosecutor, Michael Sussmann, who was also Clinton's campaign lawyer during the 2016 general elections, has landed in serious trouble for his words. According to the special counsel John Durham, just 2 months before the 2016 elections, Michael Sussmann sent text messages to then FBI General Counsel James Baker about the Trump organization having a secret link with the Russian Alfa Bank. The text message stated, "Jim, it's Michael Sussmann. I have something time-sensitive and sensitive I need to discuss. Do you have availability for a short meeting tomorrow? I'm coming on my own, not on behalf of a company. Want to help the Bureau. Thanks." However, the special counsel claims that Michael's false statement to Baker misled the general counsel about the significant fact that he was distributing highly explosive allegations about the presidential candidate on behalf of a client opposing the presidential candidate. To be more specific, the special counsel has now discovered that Michael was already working for Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign, which he denied during the meeting. Astonishingly, the billing records prove that Michael constantly charged hefty fees from the Clinton campaign for sharing such baseless allegations against Donald Trump. To conclude strong evidence against Michael, the special counsel also stressed that Michael's congressional testimony about the Russia investigation from December 2017 should be admitted in the case. Because during the testimony, Michael said yes when he was asked whether his client directed him to have conversations with the FBI and CIA. According to the special counsel, Michael also stated during the testimony, "I think it's most accurate to say it was done on behalf of my client." A few moments later, John Durham also referenced the controversial tweet made by Hillary Clinton on October 31st, 2016, which was just 1 month after Michael had a secret meeting with the FBI General Counsel James Baker. The tweet said, "Computer scientists have uncovered a covert server linking the Trump organization to a Russian-based bank. It's time for Trump to answer serious questions about his ties to Russia." As a response to the special counsel's allegation, Michael's lawyer stated the special counsel has brought a false statement charge based on purported oral statements made over 5 years ago for which there is only a single witness, Mr. Baker, for which there is no recording, and for which there are no contemporaneous notes by anyone who was actually in the meeting. However, John claims that despite having sufficient evidence against Michael, it is highly likely that they would raise several baseless theories of defense. From the mishandling of the oil crisis to eradicating Title 42 of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's rules that stop illegal migrants from jumping into the country, President Joe Biden's ship of handling the country's economic waters is slowly sinking day by day. Furthermore, with his son getting trapped in the suspicious links with the Chinese Communist Party, it seems that Biden and the Democratic leadership will be left with no excuse to answer reasonable questions. As people are paying $5 a gallon to pump their cars, it would be challenging for the Biden administration to remove these grudges from people's minds in the future. And when asked about the high gas prices, the administration replied, "Tell Americans to buy electric vehicles." All these factors have now forced the experts to assume that President Biden is completely aware of his electoral defeat in November 2024, which is why he does not care about his decisions anymore. Or is it because he is mentally compromised and he is just being used? Former President Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump, recently criticized what he views as the double standard between him and President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden. "If I did 1/100th of what Hunter Biden did, I'd be in jail for the rest of my life," Eric Trump told NTD's Capitol Report. So according to Eric Trump, there is no equal scales of justice in the United States, and the news press has been trying to cover up for the Biden family. Hunter Biden's artwork was sold by the New York Art Gallery subsequently last year. In a CNN interview with Walter Schaub, the head of the government ethics office under the Obama administration, the structure was criticized as establishing a precedent that's also ideal for channeling bribes. The mainstream media hasn't mentioned Hunter Biden's name in 258 days. There's a serious problem with that. They let him skirt by. They carry Joe Biden's water, Eric Trump told NTD over the weekend. The mainstream media condemned the New York Post's reporting on Hunter Biden's laptop when that was initially published in October of 2020. Social networking sites such as Twitter and Facebook immediately removed the story. For more than 2 weeks, Twitter banned the newspaper's account, Eric said. But again, they're on that side, and they'll do anything to cover up for him and let him get away with just about anything under the sun. After more than a month into the devastating war, Russia finally decided to pull back its troops from the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. However, as the conflicts between these two countries are slowly receding, it has now given a strong signal to Taiwan to prepare itself for another war. In a recent virtual event held for gaining insights into the aftereffects of the Russian-Ukraine war in the Indo-Pacific region, Representatives Steve Chabot and Amy Barra strongly expressed that the United States and its allies must not take a passive stance filled with colorful sanctions if China decides to invade Taiwan. According to them, Taiwan falls under the same circumstances as neighboring countries such as Ukraine faces with Russia. Also, as we come to learn that imposing sanctions on Russia wasn't enough to get them to end the war. Knowing this, the Biden administration should begin immediately to supply war deterrent weapons to Taiwan to maintain its sovereignty. Not to forget, China maintains a strong position in the market concerning its dominance over rare earth minerals, cobalt, and lithium. Even President Joe Biden last month stated that we can't build a future that's made in America if the United States continues to depend on China for the supply of rare earth metals. Thus, using the power of economic sanctions on China will not bring any credible results. Representative Steve Chabot shocked the listeners when he said, China's strategy may evolve, but they are pursuing the same gray zone tactics against several countries the way Russia conducts in its region. This includes military activity to advance based territorial claims against, for example, Japan, Taiwan, Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam, and India. One of the main reasons why China would attack Taiwan boils down to the fact that it could strengthen its base and power in the Pacific and Southeast Asia, which could deter the United States from supplying weapons or giving support to the friendly countries in the region. Another main factor of attack can be linked with Taiwan being a leading maker of semiconductors in the world that could strengthen its economy. When a survey was conducted by William and Mary's Global Research Institute on the possible attack of China on Taiwan, around 83% of the respondents voted in favor of sending additional military supplies and arms to Taiwan. Following Governor Ron DeSantis' passing of the parental rights in education legislation into law, one Sunshine State lawmaker believes Disney dipped into a quagmire and made a significant, egregious mistake. Since the governor signed the bill into law, there has been an ongoing fight between Disney and the government of Florida. Despite experiencing criticism from such a tiny minority of Disney's LGBTQ workers, Disney CEO Bob Chapek issued a comment on March 11 that apologized for not being a stronger ally to individuals. So according to recent surveys, the overwhelming number of public candidates in Florida, along with a significant number of Democrats, thoroughly approve of this bill. Breitbart reported a flood of families are canceling Disney's memberships to its Disney World and Disney Channel streaming service. The hashtag Boycott Disney continued to trend on social networking sites, and Moms for Liberty, one of the leading moms activism organizations in the United States, has cautioned Disney that if they do not quit interfering with Florida's law, it will experience pushback. CEO Bob Chapek needs to be removed, State Representative Spencer Roach asserted on social media on April 3rd. A man obsessed with sexualizing 4-year-olds should not run a company that's built its brand on preserving the innocence and magic of childhood. I think Disney's leadership is well aware that they have stepped into quicksand and made a drastic, unforced error, Roach told the Epoch Times. I think they are aware of how badly they have messed up here. And the only way they can get to detente on this is Bob Chapek is going to have to go. Sadly, his days as CEO are numbered, and I expect him to be gone very soon. Whoever comes in is going to have to publicly acknowledge to some extent that Disney is not going to be held hostage by a small number of employees who think they can dictate Disney's political stance. If some employees don't like that, they are going to have to leave. That's it for today, my friends. Don't forget to like and share, and most importantly, join our members site and support the mission to deliver truthful information. I rather depend on the generosity of you, people I can trust, than ever be dependent on YouTube again. Thank you all for spending time with me, and I'll see you next time.